Hello everyone, it's me again, Nancy Finch, doing my Nan Talks, and everyone knows that Nan can talk. I hope some of you are on here with me. It's a beautiful afternoon in Cornwall, gorgeous, 1 o'clock, and the sky is sort of grey, but it's a beautiful atmosphere of peace and sunshine in between. So I hope you're all well from the last time I spoke to you a week ago. Yes, hi Suzanne, lovely to see you. I hope you can hear me okay. Yes, I think you can. It says there's 2 people watching me. I know in lockdown we had loads of people getting involved with the Nan Talks, but obviously people are going back to work. And hi Chris, lovely to see you. Yes, I am well. I'm very well, thank you. It's hope you're well too. I'm having a really good time with lots and lots of treatments, doing lots of work. I'm about a month in advance actually, so I've got a lot of people I see, and I give out my Nan Talks as such as like homework for what I do. So it is really nice that they can use those exercises. So I hope some of you have used the exercises already. I'm up to 18 so far of the Nan Talks. There are more on my website actually. If you go to my website, there are more previous ones I've done in person at a little venue up the road, which was really interesting as well. So if you want to have a look at those. Hi Katie, lovely to see you. It's nice that you're tuning in. Oh, it's lovely to be here. Yes, it's a lovely Monday morning feeling. Afternoon, sorry, I keep saying morning. I love Mondays. Mondays are fresh beginnings. They're new starts to the week, and anything is possible. And if you go into the week, hi Ellen, lovely to see you, darling. If you start the week in a positive, I'm going to get this job done or that sorted, and you sort of really inspire yourself, the whole week goes really well. So I find that anyway, and I just love Mondays. They're my favourite day. So, as I say, new beginnings. So how did you get on last week? You did the Well Done Me, well, some of you might have done. If you missed it, go to my website, which is www.nancyfinch.co.uk. Hi, Suzanne. I hope some of you did do the Well Done Me. That was about celebrating your achievements, no matter how big or small. Very powerful, very, very good for you. So I hope some of you have done that. If you did, I'd appreciate some of your, hi Ellen again, I appreciate some of your feedback on that last week's exercise, which is always good. They're like little tools in a toolbox, so I hope you can use them, and perhaps even get a little book, a little notebook, and perhaps, hi Irene, lots of love to you, darling, and Tigger. And maybe get a little notebook and put, like I have, I've got a little notebook here. You can't quite see it, of course, because it's backwards, but I've just put the titles of each one of those exercises in. And what I do is I will, if I need to, I would just open it up and see which one I need. So it's a good thing for you to get used to. It's part of the book I'm writing, which is called The Choice Is Mine. So I'm just reading what Irene said. I did every good. Unless I'm reading that wrong. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, you did. Sorry. I see, I get it. So yeah, so write it down, put it in a little book. You've got tools then you can use whenever you feel you need them. And they all do different jobs to the body, all different things to the body. Today's exercise is be your own cake. I quite like this one. I made this up a long time ago because I realised that we need to give ourselves that sort of satisfaction of being our own best friend, okay, in our own relationship with ourselves before we can get a relationship with anyone on the outside. Today's exercise is really good for this area of your body, okay? This is where relationships alter this state of energy. So it's really good for that. So it should have an effect, a positive effect on your hormones and anything else that's in that area, because once we value ourselves, and we tend to our own needs, this area of the body will open, which is really good. The orange area here, the sacral. So yes, very good. So if we could get that area open, where all of our relationships are naturally easier. But we have to start a relationship with ourselves. And I keep going on about this a lot, but today is all about being empowered with that relationship. So this is also good for your solar plexus area here in the center. So governed by that yellow little colour there. So it is all about you feeling powerful when you support yourself. So all the things I do is all about being empowered anyway. But today It's about being your own cake, your own source of happiness, okay? Quite often, we expect other people to be our cake. Imagine any relationship you like, whether it's a close relationship or a friendship or anything. You know, it might be any different types of relationships. We want that person to be the food that we enjoy, and they become everything we want is in that package of that cake that they are. They are our food, they are our support, they are everything we need, okay? Now, the danger to that being that if something happened to the cake, if someone took the cake, or if the cake crumbled, or if for some reason you haven't got a cake anymore, then you're hungry. You're hungry emotionally, and that's not good for you. So we really need to be our own cake. We need to be the source of our own happiness. Okay, so if we could be our own source of happiness and work that out, what is it we need from those relationships, then we haven't really got a fear of being codependent, which is something I've done for many, many years previous, that we could, hi Barbara, lovely to see you, darling. I could easily expect my partner or my friends or family to support me in the way that I really had to learn to support myself. Now, you can have your cake and eat it. You can have a cake, yourself being the source of your own happiness, and people can be the icing on the cake. It's so lovely. I mean, if they're the icing on the cake, that's sweet, that's lovely. But if the icing falls off, you've still got your cake. Now, a friend of mine a long time ago, she said, I treat myself the way I want to be treated. And she used to buy herself flowers, and she used to get herself lots of little treats, or take herself off for a holiday, or, as I say, be kind to herself. She'd listen to what her own needs are. She was a very strong and independent woman. I really admired her. And I thought, well, we all want to push the easy button would be someone else gives it to us. It's so easy. But what about us? If we could just learn to give ourselves that hug, even if it is just a hug you need, or if it's just to sit with yourself and think, what do I need? What would make me happy? Not many people know what makes them happy. They think they have to be in a relationship to be happy. And we're kind of inspired by other images on the outside, you know, advertising and other people we see. We think, oh, we have to be in a couple relationship, or we have to be, I don't know, sort of involved with somebody so that we feel more ourselves. That's codependency. So if we could love somebody and they love us, then they might be their own cake. They might be their own source of happiness. So much healthier if you have two cakes and we could be the icing on each other's cake. Okay, that's something really lovely to think about. It takes the pressure off of somebody if you could be your own cake as such. So what would that be to be your own source of happiness? What would that be to you? Have a think about that. Would it be taking yourself off? What would you do in a couple relationship or in a best friend relationship or whatever it is you feel you need? What would that be to you? Would it be going for a nice walk with somebody? Would it be cooking a meal? You could cook a meal on your own and be your own best friend. Again, it's getting into having that lovely relationship with yourself. Maybe you could write a list. I've just been writing some notes here, but it might be like, if you wrote a list of all the things you didn't get from a friend or a relationship or previous partners, whatever, if you wrote yourself a list of all those things, I didn't get this, I didn't feel respected, or I didn't have honesty in that relationship or anything, what would you like then to give to yourself? So I give myself honesty, I give myself respect. What would you like to do? Perhaps he didn't or she didn't take you somewhere or go, perhaps the things you wanted to do together you didn't do. This is your opportunity to be your own best friend and take yourself off to this place or treat yourself to that. It is amazing how fulfilling that will be. It sounds really odd because I used to have trouble trying to go to places on my own, thinking, oh, I always felt a lack, like I shouldn't be on my own. But I remember going to Scotland once and I really loved doing that on my own. I found my own accommodation. I took myself for a nice meal. And then I thought to myself, as if I was talking to my inner child or myself, can you go around that way? Sorry. Put it there. Sorry, I've been interrupted here. So believe it or not, there is a delivery man just delivered something outside my door. Oh, well, there we go. That's live TV for you, or live show for you. So, okay, going back, I took myself to Scotland and I decided I was going to take myself different places. So I'd consult with myself. Like you had your own best friend with you, what would you like to do now? This is exactly what I did. So I had a wonderful time going different places in my own space, independent. I fulfilled my own needs all the time. And while I was there, I noticed that the independence and the feeling I had was making me feel really satisfied with being in my own company, giving myself what I needed. And all the little treats I thought that you'd like from other people, like when you're in a relationship, like buying yourself flowers or anything, you can do that for yourself. You can treat yourself to a nice meal. You can go for a nice walk. And you can imagine, instead of holding another person's hand or expecting them to support you, you're now doing it for yourself, which is wonderful. It's a really nice way to look at yourself and think, yes, I deserve that. And it does feel strange at first. If you've been used to being on your own, that's great. That's lovely. You've got a good head start there. Some of you watching this are living on their own. And I am too. But if you think about that, okay, what do I want from my friends? And if it's a really healthy relationship, then you allow each other time and space to do their own things. So what we're doing is we're just identifying what we need, what we haven't had. And you could go back to one of my talks, actually. I did The One I Love Is on talk number 16, and that was on the 17th of May 21. And that sort of identified the one I love, what you would like in that relationship. You could take that list and you could think, right, I want that, I want that, I want this from the relationship. I give it to myself. I give that to myself. I become my own cake. Okay, it's very healthy. And the irony of that, it's not only good for your body. As I said, it's good for certain areas of your body. These two areas here, just to reflect back again, these two here. So, okay, it's not only good for that, brilliant, but it's also good by the law of attraction. As you are giving yourself those things and feeling satisfied, you are naturally going to attract somebody else to give that to you. Because that's the way it works. Ironically, it's like, no buses and suddenly they all turn up. People will start to give you what you are giving yourself. So there's your bonus, a definite bonus. It's lovely. So I really enjoy being my own cake now. I think it's very healthy and it's satisfying. And, it takes away that feeling of lack, if you've ever had that lack. Some people I know really want to get back into a relationship if they haven't got one. And it's hard for them. They really want that relationship. But the want and the need becomes codependent. It becomes something of a pressure, as I said. Not good for yourself, not good for them. If you need something and you're putting energy into, I really need that. I really want that person to give me whatever it is I want. I want them to support me. I want them to give me what I'm craving. Because it's natural to want to be in a relationship or be with people. It's natural. But if you depend upon someone else to give you those things, ironically, it's more likely to push them away or to make it a very difficult relationship somehow. It's not breathing properly because the person feels it. Hi, Adrian. It'd be nice to see your view on this, actually. Hi, John. Nice to see you. So it'd be lovely to see how men and as well as women relate to this particular subject. Quite a few people I know are independent and they're very happy in that space, but they are attracting relationships that are healthier. All their friends and family are much healthier to be with. So they're not, just as I said, there's no pressure. It's really good. So what would you like to give yourself? What would that be? Have a think about that. Would it be, as I say, rewarding yourself with a treat, or would it be going somewhere to a place you've not been before, a holiday, maybe a nice drive out in the country? What would you like to do for yourself? But instead of feeling a lack because you're on your own with that, just suddenly think, okay, well, I'm really celebrating the relationship I have with me. And where would I like to go? And where would I feel happy? So most people need to identify that. They need to think about that. Because as a couple, think about it, or friends, quite a lot of the time you're compromised, or you're moving into different areas of where they want to go, or what makes them happy too. That's lovely. As I say, as long as you are your own cake, they are the icing on it. And when I teach this to people, they absolutely love it, because it kind of gives them strength. They feel so positive, and they don't feel vulnerable in their relationships anymore, because they know that if something happened to their relationship, they've still got their cake. Their icing might have gone, but they are still their own cake. That is very, very powerful. And it inspires other people too. To be independent and not need a person to fulfill your wishes, to make you feel safe, or to give you what your needs are. To not need somebody is beautiful, because it breathes. As I say, everything's easy. And you'll love it. So if anyone here has any ideas of what they would like, or how they've coped, are they their own best friend? Give me some comments if you understand this. For many, many years, I was codependent, and I always thought that the person I love is going to give me everything I need. That's very nice if you get that, but it is very, very powerful to be able to be that yourself. And always, they'll just be the icing. It's lovely. As I say, I don't even like cake really, but the metaphor is very, very good for you. So be your own cake. I think that's basically it. What works for you, what doesn't work for you. I've got a little list here. I think I've covered everything on that, but it would be great if you could think, what would make me happy? And give me some feedback. You can always come back to me on a message and talk to me about that if you're not quite sure how to be your own cake. But imagine you're putting an ingredient here and an ingredient there, and you've made this beautiful cake, and it is your own food. It sustains you. It feeds you. You'll never go hungry again, metaphorically, if you could be your own cake, okay? As I say, some of you on here I know are already their own cakes. I'm looking at one person now, absolutely. And she is definitely her own cake. And it's about enjoying that space with yourself, okay? It would be lovely. Hi, Kev. It would be lovely if you could be your own cake. So, feedback, go onto my website if you want to look up more talks. As I say, the one I love would give you an idea. If you want to go back to that one a couple of weeks back, then it'll give you an idea of what you were expecting from another person. It's listed. You'll be listing it. And what you're doing is then giving it to yourself. And ironically, you are going to attract those qualities, those things you need from other people around you. Okay, so good luck with that. That's going to be great. And you should feel better physically, as I said. When you do this exercise, it has these two areas of your body will work, and the solar plexus and the sacral. They will open up. You'll feel better. You'll feel more powerful. You'll feel happier for no reason. And you won't have a sense of lack, which is really nice, because then that feeling of satisfaction is with you. And that's really good for you. It's also good for your crown chakra, actually, because satisfaction opens this one. So you'll think better, you'll attract more good things into your life. It's just going to be a win-win, really. So there we have it. I think that's all for today. As I say, get yourself a little book, write down perhaps notes to yourself of what you felt with each one, each exercise, which is good. Give you some kind of investment in yourself. That's what's really good for you. Next week, we've got a really interesting little thing I'm going to show you. It's called an exercise called Get Off Your Nail. I like being a little bit different, and this is Get Off Your Nail. This is a story I'm going to be telling you, and how we can change our lives, how we've got to break something down or change something in our life to have the courage to change your life, to move forward in life. And to get off your nail is going to be a really nice one to motivate you into positive change, really. And you'll be feeling so much better when you've done it. Sometimes we don't realise we're in a situation where we are so compromised, but we've got used to it. Get Off Your Nail will help you. It will definitely help you. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Please give me feedback about this today. I have booked a taxi tomorrow to get me to get my medication, and not been in a taxi for 15 months. Oh, Irene. Okay, you are your own cake. You just hold your own hand. When you've got to go and do something you haven't done for a long time, you're kind of metaphorically holding your own hand. Your best mate is you, and you're going together, okay? You'll have the courage and you'll have the strength if you can give yourself that support. What is it you need tomorrow? That's a good example. You're going out. If you had someone to go with, what would they give you? They would give you support. They'd give you kindness. They'd listen to you if you were nervous or worried about something. Listen to yourself. Give yourself that hug. Hold your own hand, which is quite nice, by the way. You can do that. Consult with yourself. What do you need in that moment? Or just give yourself a big hug. And when you come back, perhaps you'd like to do the Well Done Me, the one I did last week, because when you come back from that situation, you can go, yeah, I did that. And I overcome that fear, or I got out of my comfort zone. You can use all my tools. You can put them together. They link beautifully together. So you can mix and match them if you like. So, yes, Irene, so when you go tomorrow, imagine your best friend is right beside you, and you're going to have a great time. You're going to make the best of it. You're going to have a really nice experience. And then when you come back, perhaps you do, well done me, I did that, I sorted that. And all those things we take for granted. So I love all my exercises, but they all have a different place in your life at different times. So I hope you can use them. Oh, you're welcome, Irene, definitely. I get some lovely feedback from you, actually. Some people are coming back with private messages, and it's really good for me because I need that for the book I'm writing. And of course, it's great to serve you. It makes my day. So next week, get off your nail. If you're curious about that, come back next week and we'll have some fun with that. We'll have to discuss where your nail is in your life. So thank you for being here. Please share this. You can share it with your friends and family. It's a good way to start the week. It's a positive way. Thank you, Katie. Namaste to you too. I really honour everyone and love you all for being here. It feels like one big family or friends, you know. So please look up my website to look up other talks. Have some fun with that, and feedback would be lovely. So www.nancyfinch.co.uk. All right. Oh, Ellen, I love the heart. Thank you, darling. I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I hope you can use some of those exercises that I'm using for the book, which would be great. So well done you for being here. Oh, I've lost sound. Have you, Susan? I'm so sorry. I hope you can go back and listen to this later. Thank you, Barbara. It's lovely. Oh, John, hi. That's lovely. Yes, you can play it back again, John. Share it with your friends and family and enjoy. I still continue to do my meditations every month on the full moon. And so that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And so have fun this week. I shall see you next week for the Nan Talk. And please, as I say, have a think about what your cake is. You are the cake. Let you be the cake, and everyone else can be the icing on it. You've got to be your own source of happiness. Have your cake and eat it. So lots of love to you all, and I hope to see you next week. Enjoy your week, enjoy the sunshine, and be grateful. It keeps your immune system well. Take care. Lots of love to everybody, and I'll see you soon. Okay. Take care. Bye, everyone.